everybody. Oh my god, I've been out for lunch and I got some gifts today, so I thought I'd come on and show you my gifts. That's what I thought. I am, oh my god, so tired, so it won't be a long stream. I'm going to have a nap, but I thought I would show you my gifts and a little bit of lunch that we had, and that was it. So I don't know if we're pulsing too much. I am so tired. Oh my god. Rimaruva's here, Indigo, whatever he calls himself, Misha, and what's his name? The Corn Man. I'll show you my gifts to start with. I had operation because they had both been overseas back to their country. So unfortunately, and of course they kept in contact with me the time that I was in hospital. Anyway, we caught up today. They brought me some gifts. Food bag, which is pretty cool, and this is apparently what you've got to have for food every day, and it's as it's written in Taiwanese. I've got no idea what is going on here, apart from there is bubble tea on there, of course, which you've got to have bubble tea every day. Pineapple we know, and the rest I don't, but in here as well is a pretty cool shirt, which I'll take away on my trip, of course, and where I love this shirt. I, of course, have seen this shirt, but I'm now going to show you this shirt. It feels so soft, it feels so cool. But how cool is this shirt, everybody, with Taipei 101 on there. Landscape, what a cool shirt. Beautiful shirt there from Morgan, so I feel really spoiled. Have you been to Taiwan? Yes, I have, but mainly only for a stopover. So I only spent a few hours in Taiwan, but I have been there. I look forward to spending more time there. And I have said to Morgan and Ellie and Robin, of course, that in the future we look forward to actually seeing some more of the country with them as such. So we look forward to that as well. And Ellie from Canada got me a, well, that's not from Canada, that's from Taiwan also, but that's a pretty cool little coaster from Taiwan. And then from Canada, to make me even fatter, we've got maple nougat. Oh my god, that's going to be scrumdiddlyumptious to get into over the coming days. I love nougat with a passion, and to have maple nougat from Canada, that's going to be super duper cool. And then we have this maple biscuit thing from Canada as well, so that's going to be fantastic to get in as well. So that was from our heli, and oh my god, I love nougat. Nougat is just the best. And we went for lunch today at a place called, from memory, it was called 8 ounces, I think it was. And when they said we're going to go get 8 ounces, I thought, here we go, we're in Perth, we're off to get some pharmaceuticals. But no, we went to get some Korean food, and it was really, really good. I didn't intend to do a video or anything, so this is only a very short thing of literally our lunch. I don't expect anything spectacular. It only goes for a couple of minutes. It's the first time I've ever parallel parked as well, so literally have a look at this. It just gives you an idea of what we have for lunch, and then we'll come back, have a chat, and all. But this was lunch that they took me out for today. Ladies and gentlemen, my first parallel. All right, we can get out of the car now. I'm very excited. Yeah, my very first parallel park, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. It's almost perfect. It only took 2 goes. Look at that. It's almost straight. Very impressive, isn't it? I think we can go home now. We've achieved our goal for the day. Look at this. They're all taking photos. They're all very impressed. I'm very impressed with that. Morgan thought I was going to hit the tree, but no. I'm chuffed. I'm chuffed, ladies and gentlemen. We've achieved the goal. That's the first time I've ever done that. What would you score that out of 10? What do you reckon?
Yeah.
What? 10?
100.
10, 100. I'm chuffed. Thank you. All right, off to lunch. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Oh my
very
God.
nice. Thank you.
That looks huge. How much was that? 50.
55.
55. What do we got there? So that looks spicy. That looks spicy. That looks not so spicy.
We choose the garlic and sweet chili.
So that'd be sweet chili. That'd be garlic.
Soy.
And soy. Oh, there's some around there.
I think it's garlic.
Okay.
Looks good. Looks very good.
And what's your drink?
11.
Huh?
11.
11.
$11.
No, not how much. What is it?
I think it's smoothie. The yellow smoothie. It's pineapple, kiwi, forgot it. It's just everything.
Pineapple and kiwi and something
Yeah.
for $11. There we go. Excellent. Good. Thank you. We have peach. Okay. This looks like you know when you pack a box and you put those little things in the box, the packing foams. That's what this looks like.
But it's rice cake.
It's rice.
Rice.
Rice. I've had this. We could have got this for free if Morgan would have picked it up by Uber Eats, but anyway. So which is the soy one? This is the soy one. Alright. Oh, it's, boneless? Okay, here we go. Smells nice. Smells like me. Nice. Good. That's quite a lot for $50.
Compared to the FC chicken.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and especially as it's boneless. Because I was expecting when it came out, you know, when you buy KFC, 90% of it's bones. Good. And Morgan's a vegetarian, he's only eating the lettuce. Now it's on. Morgan is now playing cameraman. Hello, Morgan. Yes. Look at this. He's going to be my official cameraman in Korea. That's what he's going to do.
Korea.
Petey is joining the party. Hello, Petey. Haven't seen you for a while. It's called 8 Ounces. It's in Northbridge. Now, that plate didn't look that big on camera because I had the camera on wide angle lens, but that plate was huge piled with food, and it was $50, I think, $55. It was so big, the three of us were eating that food, and we never finished that plate. We left food on that plate. We never ate all the chicken. We certainly didn't eat the chips. I think we ate like 3 chips each because we were just so full, so that bowl of chips was still there. and Morgan ate the green salad, but the other salads and that were on we never ate it all. It was definitely absolutely worth the money, and it was boneless chicken as well. So for the price, especially in Northbridge, if you know Perth, or if you don't know Perth, Northbridge is basically the heart of the city. So when you usually have food in the heart of a city, it's usually more expensive. That was value plus plus plus. So when you think 3 of us ate there and we left food there and it tasted ever so good. There were 3 different flavored chickens on that plate. So we had garlic, we had sweet chili, and we had the soy, as in soy sauce. I loved the soy one. The soy one was ever so nice. And I think we had a couple of pieces each of each flavor. I certainly had 2 of soy, 2 of myself. I had 2 of soy. I had 2 of with the sweet chili, and I certainly had a piece of the garlic, and then I was chocolate block full. I know they had a couple of pieces of each as well. So that plate was chocolate block full for that price. That was an absolute bargain. So 8 ounces in Northbridge. Quite a clever name when you consider Perth is the drug capital of Australia, that they've named their restaurant 8 ounces, because all the drug addicts in Perth would be Googling and going, hey, looking for my latest fix, 8 ounces, let's go there. And of course, it is a Korean restaurant. All cooked fresh. The service was extremely friendly. They were overstaffed, I would say. I'm not saying they were overstaffed in a bad way. They were overstaffed in the extent of you didn't have to wait. So when a table became empty, bang, it was clean. They had 3 or 4 staff members cleaning tables straight away. So the turnover was very, very quick. It was very professional, very quick. The food was piping hot, beautiful, fresh. The salads were beautiful, fresh in that as well. And first time I'd been there, Helly had been there 3 or 4 times. She had said Morgan had been there a couple of times before. And well worth it. Absolutely well worth it. So if you are in Perth, get yourself a couple of friends and get on down there. They do have individual menu items as well. I have a picture of the individual menu. I'll try put it on the website at a later date. G'day, Sam. But I think if you can get 2 or 3 people together and you can buy that big plate like we did, I think that's the best value to go, because the individual items were like $22 a plate. So why buy the individual items when you can just buy that big thing, if you know what I mean? Mark, the oldest person on the restaurant, it was funny because when we were in the restaurant, we were having I really wish I was filming it at the time, because we were bantering about a few things, and one of the things we were talking about was hair colour. And I turned around and I said, I'm the only one in the restaurant that doesn't have black hair. And then they looked around, and I was the only person in the restaurant that didn't have black hair. What do you call the plate? That's a good question. And the plate came in 3 different sizes as well. So in fact, if you went there by yourself, you could have actually got a smaller plate at a cheaper price with less chicken and stuff on it. If you were going with more people, you could have got a bigger plate with more chicken and that on it as well. So it was the plate was sizable depending on the people. So we picked that one for the 3 people because I'll see if I can bring it up here. See if I can find you the name. He says, I've got a tickle in my throat, forgive me, of this wretched little cough that's going on. So quite a good day, really good to see those 2. They are really, really good people. I really enjoy seeing them, and it is called the 7 gram special combo. And sorry, the restaurant is called 7 grams chicken. Did I call it 6 grams? It's called 7 grams. 7 grams chicken is the restaurant name. 7 grams chicken, not 6 grams. 7 grams chicken, and the plate is called 7 grams special combo. And that's what it's called. 7 grams special combo. That is what it's called. Is there a website I can... It's all Lilydale free range chicken they use. What else can I tell you? Yeah. They have a Facebook page at 7 SEVEN chicken CHICKEN is good. So 7 chicken is good is their Facebook. 7 chicken is good. Or their Instagram is at 7_grams. GRAMS. So yeah, quite impressed. As I say, they're single items, maybe a little bit expensive, maybe not. But the special combo, original sweet chili and soy flavored chicken, served with radish, pickle, coleslaw, salad, chips, and rice cakes. So there we go. I think it's pretty good value for the price. You've eaten chicken in Lilydale. Yes, because Lilydale is in Victoria. So there we go. Now, interesting. Speaking of Melbourne, we were talking about Melbourne the other day and how Melbourne builds things and it's really expensive, but the quality is really bad, and how things take forever to build in Melbourne. Now, we're talking about Melbourne today, and the Metro Tunnel, the new Metro Tunnel, has been delayed. The opening's been delayed. Pushed out, in fact. So there we go. Interesting, isn't it? So the budget's going to blow out even more, and it's been delayed, the opening. So there we go. And we were also talking yesterday about the mining and the GST in WA, and how WA has squillions of dollars. I think Misha mentioned it yesterday. It was quite interesting because they mentioned today that one thing Victoria fails to mention is, because Victoria always mentions that it wants more GST from all the other states, Victoria keeps all of its revenue from the gambling over in Victoria. So it has all this gambling revenue, and Victoria has the highest amount of gambling revenue. What does it do with the money? And it doesn't share it with all the other states, which is completely irrelevant to what we're talking about tonight. But I just thought I'd bring those two things up because we were talking about it the other day. So there you go. I've been absolutely spoiled today with my little day out with my gifts and all that. Suburban Rail Loop is stupid. Yes, it is, Sam. Yes, it is. It certainly is. So what have you all been up to today? It's not going to be a long stream, as I say, because I'm a bit, I'm very tired today. I got up very early because I knew I was going out today with these two, so I'll try to get in a little bit of work because, of course, the budget is pretty bad. I got up very early today to do some work. So after this stream, I will be going for a nana nap, and yeah. It's going to be a busy couple of weeks, he says. But I always like catching up with them. And I heard from Robin last night, for all of you that remember Robin. He messaged us. He's doing good in the snowfields. And he's enjoying it there at the moment. And Sam went to Audi. What did you buy at Audi, Sam? Anything interesting and or good? He says. Anything? Just lunch at the club. Nice. At the club. I'm saying at the club because I dare say you're talking like RSL type club, because that's one thing WA doesn't have, of course. We have RSLs in WA, but we don't have clubs because, of course, pokie machines in WA are illegal. We don't have pokie machines in WA, so therefore we don't have RSLs with pokie machines, so therefore we don't have RSL clubs like that are known like as in the eastern states, unfortunately, because I like the RSL clubs in the eastern states. They're pretty cool, but we don't have them here in WA, unfortunately. I mean, it's good that we don't have the pokies, but you know. So these people live in Taiwan. No, they've lived in Australia now for a couple of years on visas, but they went back to Taiwan for, you know, holidays. Morgan went back because his mum was having a birthday to surprise her, you know, a milestone birthday. And Helly went back because her family were going to Canada for a family holiday, so she went back there. You looked in the middle aisle, always best. Ah, the bowling club. Ah, okay, nice. So, Helly and Morgan and Helly and Morgan and Robin I met when I used to... Remember when I used to go on Thursday nights? I don't know if you remember. I used to go on Thursday nights to the language exchange in the city. You know, where you used to drink and speak language. So that's where I met Robin, who was my housemate. And through Robin, I met Helly and Morgan. And the three of us all became really good friends. Of course, all of them are from Taiwan. And they were really the first Taiwanese people I had ever like met. And you know, we've created a really good friendship, a really good bond. We've always remained really close, you know. I mean, even to today, as I say, Robin always contacts us, no matter wherever he is in the world, as does the other two. And yeah. In fact, when I was overseas last time, Helly and Morgan both had keys to the house to come and go as they wished and all that sort of stuff. So that's how close they are as friends, you know, that they have keys to the house and they can do as they wish. Your brother and I tried a really good cheap place called the Mud Pot. It's only $16. All you can eat lunch and dinner is $25. Oh, really? Whereabouts are they? That sounds pretty good. The Mud Pot. I'll have to Google them. My phone's off for the moment. The Mud Pot. Oh, good buffet's really good. The Mud Pot. The Mud Pot, here we go. In Midland. That's where they are. The Mud Pot in Midland. Excellent. Have to have a look at them. Excellent. Still collecting, you collected DVDs, didn't you, Petey, from memory? So yeah. And I really don't have anything else to show you or tell you. I've told you everything now that I have to tell you, just how wonderful my day is. If you've got anything to say, feel free. As I say, it won't be a long stream. Once my drink is gone, I'm going to go for an nap because I feel totally 100% spent. I have zero energy left in this 26-year-old body, I tell you. I've burnt my candle at both ends, and you know I have because my nose is bleeding. When my nose bleeds, it means yes, we've crossed the line. We've crossed the borderline of the recovery process, the medication, and all that sort of stuff. So yes. But I thought you would like to see what happened during the day. And yeah. Well, Morgan and Helly are only friends. Age difference between the two, so they're not a couple or anything like that. They're only friends. They live in very different areas in Perth and all this sort of stuff. So Helly went to Canada because Helly's sister is in Canada. Morgan went to Taiwan for his mum's birthday. Helly went to Taiwan to catch up with her family and then go to Canada to see her sister. So she was showing the pictures and videos and that of where she went in Canada. Yeah, just absolutely stunning. You know, the places she went to. I mean, she went to Vancouver and that in the city and that fine and dandy, but they went like right out into the never regions and, you know, the bush and all that. Just absolutely stunning. Canada looks ridiculously stunning. So yeah. But you know, Morgan, of course, he said, you know, when he went back to Taiwan, he missed all the food in Taiwan. So, you know, he loved all the food over there. Because Australia food, of course, doesn't, as you know, because you've been overseas, Australia food is crap compared to food overseas. Australian food's just never been able to compare to overseas, has it, at all. Australia food is just so... But yeah, it's really weird. The Taiwan friends that I've met, they seem to be all very, very close. So literally, when you do meet like Helly and Morgan and even Robin and that, you think they're like when I first met Helly and Morgan, for example, you thought they were a couple because they're very close, or if they're a couple of your family or something. But no, it's just the friendship that these Taiwanese have with one another. They're very close. Friendships of Taiwanese are always very close, and they are literally like family. It's wonderful the way Taiwanese build these relationships up together. And then if you get in their relationship, which is, I gotta say, it was kind of easy for me because I had Robin as the housemate type thing. We invited Robin into the house, so he became the housemate, and you built up that rapport. But if you just try get them as a friend outside of that relationship, it's a lot harder because Taiwanese, just like Filipinos, for example, they kind of tend to keep to their own nationality. So, for example, Helly has now gone over to her friends to play board games. This is the other thing I like about it, like Taiwanese or Filipinos or that as well. They don't sit on the computer. They go over and do karaoke or play board games or old school stuff. They actually get people together and do stuff. But the thing is, they're going to go do it with other Taiwanese people, just like Filipinos go and do it with other Filipino type stuff, other Filipino people. It's very unusual for them to have like Taiwanese people and an Australian, or Taiwanese people and an English person, or you know what I mean. It's very unusual. So to get into that mix is somewhat difficult as such. I suppose that's even the same for Japanese. So really, when I go over and see my Japanese friends, it's somewhat unusual. So like when I go to the baseball on the 1st of August, it's going to be a little bit unusual that I'll be going to the baseball with my Japanese friends as, a non-Japanese person. With them, dressed up like them, being part of that group. Do you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be unusual to go for a meal with your Japanese friends. It wouldn't be unusual to do certain things with them, but certain social things where, like, for example, it may not be unusual to go to a baseball game with your Japanese friends, but for example, we're going into the part of the baseball game where you have to be in the cheer squad, right? You have to wear the uniform of the team you're barracking for, of the home team, where you have to stand up and actually cheer for that particular team, which of course everybody will be doing it in Japanese type thing, you know what I mean? Which means you kind of have to be a local. And so it's going to be really unusual for this strange Australian white guy to be in that mix of people in that situation. You know what I mean? So it's going to be quite unusual as such. So yeah, it's going to be quite unique, quite unusual. But again, seeing Helly and Morgan today, it's nice being in that mix of friends, because it is hard to get in the mix of these friends of certain nationalities. It really is. Taiwan is close to Okinawa, yes. Your brother made a meat pie including the pastry. Nice. I've made a meat pie before including the pastry. What is your favourite meat pie? My favourite meat pie would be kangaroo and Vegemite, I would say. Kangaroo and Vegemite meat pie. Actually, That is not my favorite meat pie. But I have made kangaroo and Vegemite meat pie before. My favorite meat pie would definitely be bacon and cheese. Beef, bacon, and cheese would be my favorite pie. Yes. Okay, feel free to talk, people. My drink is almost finished. If you don't talk, I will drink my drink quicker and I will go on my merry ways. I do need to go sleep, but of course, if no one's chatting, I'll drink my drink quicker and I will go on my merry ways. Don't forget the website NipponPulse.org. Do check it from the 1st of July. The 1st of July, ladies and gentlemen. Do check it from the 1st of July. NipponPulse.org. Let me type it here. NipponPulse.org. Make sure you... Can I pin that? Pin. Make sure you check that from the 1st of July. You can check it now if you've never checked it before, but then check it on the 1st of July. Well, Uber's always steady, but it doesn't pay much. Like, I was awake from 3 o'clock this morning or something, and, you know, through until I went out for lunch today at 11 o'clock, and, you know, you make like $90 or something. And then you got to take petrol out of that, and that, so, you know, you don't make a lot of money on that sort of stuff. Unfortunately, so, you know, you make $90 and you take away petrol, say $20. That's $70, you know, and yeah, so you know what I mean? It's not a big paying gig, he says. Unfortunately. I would like them to give me $100 a job, but they ain't going to be doing that. Anyway, my drink is finished. Final drinks, everybody. Anybody want to say anything? Now is your opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your final opportunity as I dab the drink from my mouth. Only food. I only drive food. I don't drive people. My car is not new enough to drive people. And then if you drive people, you've got to also have insurance and all sorts of other stuff on top of it. So I only drive food. I drive food. 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 Final drinks. Final questions. Final comments. You have. Hello, Super. Thanks for asking. All things considered, I might be super, I must say. Because I'm feeling so very super. Everything is super when you don't. You think I look good in this hat. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I went around my microphone like that. I just felt like going around the microphone like that. Because I'm feeling so very super. Everything is super when you don't. You think. South Park. We know South Park. Hope you're doing well, Super. Anyone wish to say anything before I go? Final drinks. I'm trying to get you to talk. I'm trying to hang in there as long as I can. Hoping to get somebody to talk, but nobody's saying much. It's pretty quiet. Maybe you're all licking the screen after I showed you the food. I don't know. But anyway, go as the auctioneer says. Going once. Going twice. I think I'm going to go have a sleep. No, going 3 times. Don't forget to check out NipponPulse.org. I'm doing well, but I am extremely tired. Me too. I am extremely tired as well. So I'm going to go for a sleep, Super. Misha's been the only one having a chat. So, yeah, let's all go have a sleep. I think it's the weather, Super. The weather's really, really, really... Oh, my God, the weather over here is very strange. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed having a look at the gifts I was given today from Morgan and Helly and the little bit of lunch we had. Do check out the website. It's the 1st of July, very, very soon. Our trip is not far away. Not far away at all, so you do really need to have a look at the website. Keep an eye on the website. It's going to be updated from July the 1st. The 1st of July, the 1st of July, July the 1st, the 1st of July, July the 1st, because from then, as we say to you, wherever you are in this big, wide, wonderful world, have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. We will see you from the 1st of July on the NipponPulse.org website, because...